Episode 2, Safer at Home.
Episode 2 of
M&E Podcast.
this is the M&E Podcast, aka the M&E Pod, Episode 2, Safer at Home. Now, why are we calling it Safer at Home?
Because that's what our mayor's telling us that we should do.
we should do.
Really, it's an order.
Okay.
Yeah, it is an order.
It's an order. Yeah, we read today that our mayor, Mayor Garcetti, I think is his name, in Los Angeles, is ordering all residents to be safer at home, which basically means stay the fuck home.
I just gotta love that somebody was probably in the room, like making the decision on the name, and they're like, but at the very least, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Like everybody's safer at home. So,
Which, like, I bet you, like, there's so many asterisks,
right.
written by people that are like, well, not really, because...
Unless you live on an earthquake fault line,
right.
or
you get home invaded.
Yeah.
It's like being at a mall or literally anywhere else would be better than home while those people break in your home. But anyway, so what's interesting is San Francisco is using the language... What is it again?
Shelter in place, but I think that's a notch beyond where we're at.
Right. But it's just interesting how each city has their own degree
nomenclature.
Nomenclature of how to deal with the current situation,
right.
the coronavirus situation. Yeah. Just to recap our audience, that we are currently in 2020.
Yeah. We're in real time in March 2020.
Yeah, it is. It's
coronavirus is a live threat in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, it's March 19th, 2020, and shit's real.
Yeah.
To say the least. Coronavirus or COVID-19, if you want to be a little bit more technical about it, is currently scaring the shit out of the world. And rightfully so, because apparently, I read this yesterday on Twitter, apparently more than 300 people are dying a day in Italy.
Wow. That's
which
a lot,
is really scary. Yeah. But on a positive note, I saw this guy went on his balcony and set up his DJ decks, like his ones and twos, and was like playing like really loud, like trance music and shit. And it's like, I'm sure a few people weren't happy with that, but like most people were like, yeah, because it's like,
yeah, people can't get out. They're like, thank you for bringing the party here.
Pretty much. And I mean, even if you were upset or didn't like the music, it's like, I feel like that's the time to just be like, all right, because it's like, if you're such a curmudgeon, like nothing's gonna make you happy in life,
right.
like not even a DJ playing a Corona set.
Yeah.
What's funny is there were probably actually like tons of DJs that have played Corona sets, but never a coronavirus set, Probably like, at the beach stage, they were like, okay, a special Corona set brought to you by, like 2 for 1 on Coronas. Go tip your bartender. But now we have an official coronavirus situation going on where, did you hear about Gavin Newsom's estimate? I haven't even talked to you about this yet, off the pod. But Gavin Newsom estimates that 56% of all Californians will have this within a few weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. My first reaction to that was he's trying to put the worst case scenario out.
Yeah. And I think it's important to like recognize that there's difference between like getting it and then also getting sick from it and then getting sick enough to where you need to go to the hospital to treat your symptoms.
Right.
And then also having like a chronic condition on top of that, which makes all these things more complex.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I'm sure, it makes sense that 50+% of people will have it. How many people get sick enough to go seek hospitalization from it?
Right.
That's really the question. That's where it'll get interesting, I think, for hospitals and testing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is that going back to Italy, somebody on Twitter was responding because people were like, "Oh, is this all old people?" Out of like the 300 or whatever, and then he was like, "It was older people at first, but now it's like people in their like 20s and 30s with pre-existing conditions," and like everybody was like, "Oh, so it's people that had like other health conditions." And he's like, "Yeah, mostly." He's like, "If people are healthy, they pretty much survive."
Yeah, and most of the time too, I'd say people probably don't even know that they have these
Yeah,
pre-existing conditions. Like, how
exactly.
many people really go through realizing they're pre-diabetic?
Well, a lot of people, avoid just general checkups because
Yeah,
it costs so much money. It's like
yeah,
most healthcare systems in the world are prohibitive
right.
to, visiting and to, really staying healthy, which is kind of sad. Especially with America, I mean, not that I'm, talking crap about my country, but like our healthcare system really forces a lot of people to pay a large amount. And then like they've paid so much that like when a problem happens, like they don't have any money left.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this in documentaries before. Like people are like, oh, well, I pay $700 a month for me and my family. And then it's like, then I had this thing on my foot and I didn't want to go to the doctor because A, I got to work because I got to pay the $700 a month.
Yeah.
And then B, like it wasn't really bothering me that bad, but then it got worse and then this and this. And then I had to miss work and blah, 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 and I'm not talking about my case. Like this was a guy in the documentary, but it's just crazy, when like other healthcare systems like Canada, like they have socialism or whatever, socialized medicine, but then it's like you got to wait forever, to get your thing taken care of. So it's like it might be taken care of and it might be paid for, right? It might not cost you a dime, but you might wait 9 months to get the procedure done,
Mm-hmm.
and that might lead to like other things or
Yeah.
who
Well,
knows. So like I can't imagine what socialized coronavirus treatment
yeah.
would look like. So it's like I feel for like people in Canada that are like, oh, no worries, our doctor will take care of us, but it's like, okay, like get to the back of the line.
Yeah.
So whereas like I mean that is one thing that's at least nice, that I've heard is that if you have money, in America you can get really really good health care, and you can get private care, from some of the best doctors in the world. That that's part of the reason they work here, quote unquote, in America. Is that you can
Right.
charge exorbitant amounts of money. But then of course there's like other doctors that I've heard about in like Israel that are like incredible, and more just in the traditional sense of just like, oh, X amount of salary, like I'll see, double the amount of patients, but more like I keep going back in my mind to ethical. It's like that should have nothing to do with what I'm talking about because ethics are a whole nother thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess more in the terms of I guess Hippocratic, more in the
Mm-hmm.
terms of just like taking care of people and being like the essence of medicine. But I think I'm getting off track for whatever we were talking about before. But yeah, so point is, coronavirus is crazy. The world is freaking out as I think we should be. About this thing because we don't really know what it is still, and we talked about that in episode 1 that we don't really know what it is. And at that time, I don't even think they had an order on groups of people. So since between then and recently, there was a limit on 50 or less groups of people. And then as of yesterday or today, I think
Today.
today, they said groups of 10 or less
Yeah.
as an order. And
Yep.
apparently you can get a misdemeanor if you don't follow that.
Yep.
So let's say like somebody wanted to have, all their cousins and aunts and uncles over and cop,
Well, I don't know if family was included,
oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
But like a concert, like
Yep.
if somebody wanted to throw like a concert and they own the venue and they have a
Mm-hmm.
license to throw it, now's not the time, apparently.
Right.
That's so crazy to think of because Andrew Schultz was talking on his podcast about having, and I mean, he's in New York, so way different laws, respective to the jurisdiction in the area. But he was talking about them potentially having people come one by one to the studio, to like kind of get checked out. Like, okay, you guys seem healthy, come on in, and then have them do like a private comedy show.
Hmm.
And I think that's cool. It's creative, but at the same time, they even stopped themselves like 2 seconds later. They were like, yeah, but what about the person that doesn't show signs, show the symptoms, and then they bring it in here and then everybody has it. And then, and then Andrew choked. He was like, oh, we already know Akash has it. They were like, look at it. He's acting all tired and shit. And he was just sitting there. He was like,
Yeah,
fuck
that
y'all.
does not look good.
That dude did not look good at all. Yeah, for real. Well, but the funny part was,
It's like that, or he had too
funny
much
part
dairy or something. You know what I
right,
mean? Like ate
right.
something
I
and
don't
didn't
know.
agree.
Funny part was he goes, if I do get it though, he goes, I hope I get it from you, Andrew. And he goes, wait, He goes, fuck you, dude. That means I got it first. He goes, exactly. It's like, it's a pretty creative way of saying, like, I hope you get it first. It's like, I hope I get it from you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
It is Thursday night.
Yep.
And we are recording episode 2 of the M&E pod.
Yeah.
Safer at home. Well, I feel safe at home. How do you feel?
Fine. We have dogs watching us, our audience here.
We do have our dogs watching us, actually, which is pretty cool.
Shadow's making progress on a rope toy.
Yeah, if you were
He's
with
like,
us in
they're looking at me. Let me act like I'm not doing anything.
Right. If you were with us in episode 1, you'll know that Shadow is our black lab, and he is ripping the shit out of this rope. We actually brought out an old box of retired toys because most of them were either squeaky or ripped apart or, you know, you name it. But he's got these ropes, a few of them now, that like he'll take out the smallest and tightest little knots because he's a tough little moon. So he's kind of licking and biting this knot loose and half watching our podcast. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then our other dog Charlie is like falling asleep watching us. So we feel really entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But besides Corona, what's going on with you? What's new?
Just adjusting to being home, kind of trying to get more creative with what I'm cooking and what I'm thinking about cooking.
Oh, yeah.
More like thinking about cooking actually than cooking, but probably I'll try more stuff this weekend. But
it wasn't cooking exactly, but I did like that little treat that you put together with the yogurt and the
oh yeah,
dark chocolate sea salt granola and walnuts. I think
is like a base for a no-bake cheesecake.
No bake cheesecake. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean that makes it sound like it's like that weird filler that nobody knows what's in it.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking
box,
about.
But really, all I did was cream
from
cheese
that box
and yogurt.
I love how vague all of this is. It's like if people were like looking to like make it, they'd be like from that
but at the
box.
same time, people will know. They'll be like no bake cheesecake in the box. I know what she's talking about.
I've heard of no bake cheesecake.
It wasn't that. Yeah. See, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
But I also didn't bake it, so I'm just laying out facts of how it got done. But
cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that why it's called no bake cheesecake? Because you didn't bake it.
It was an approach. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Is it a company or is it just like?
I don't know. I think it's like their product name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
You're the one with the computer there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, I'm recording a podcast.
Yeah. More importantly,
exactly.
With a Jell-O color no bake cheesecake.
I don't know. I'm sure Jell-O got hit pretty hard after Cosby went to jail. So I don't think. Yeah.
I'm like they're probably making up sales right now though. Everybody at like Walmart stocking up on Jell-O heading into this thing.
I'm telling you though, like if you ask a lot of people, you know what person Jell-O is associated with, a lot of people would tell you Cosby. You know, for 10, 20 years, because he was their spokesperson.
Oh.
He was their official spokesperson. Jello. Oh, yeah. Cosby was the spokesperson for Jell-O for a very, very, very long time. So I'd imagine that kind of hurt their bottom line. Or, you know, they had to find a new spokesperson or sponsor.
Or people just didn't know.
Kind of hard to miss that one. It's like the Dos Equis guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if he had some controversy, like, pretty sure that would hurt Dos Equis. Like if he was like Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand man, and that's why he's like, oh, I'm the most interesting man in the world. He's like, right, Jeffrey?
Right.
That'd be weird. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, by the way.
Allegedly.
No, it's just it's a thing a lot of people are doing on their podcasts. Like they're saying, by the way, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
So people we have to be those people.
I didn't say I had to be those people.
We are now.
We are.
We are now.
Can't go back. Yeah. I wonder if Charles will wake up. Charlie. Oh, there he is.
Doubt it.
He's interested.
Mm.
Yeah. Good stuff. But I enjoyed the one new thing that you made was the egg sandwich.
Yep.
On naan.
Mm-hmm.
Naan's been an interesting bread alternative that I've been getting into. You know, because I will say, like, growing up on white bread and then you like find out what it is one day, you're like, okay, I'm just like making my body make sugar, basically.
I mean, that's kind of what carbs do, but
Yeah, but like white bread is just like useless. You
yeah.
know, it's like gummy paste. You know, but like I don't know, naan feels pretty good, and it's kind of cool. Like you get that extra little bit of naan that you can tuck back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just been enjoying having the different cuisine options, especially being stuck here at home together. 'Cause
Yep.
it's just like, what are we gonna have here, and you know, what food are we gonna use that that we have to use pretty much
Yeah.
because you found that beef. What was it last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up having burgers last minute, which was cool. And I've been having no buns recently because trying to do like more of like I guess a keto approach, but without like worrying about being in ketosis. Like I
Yeah.
don't measure that stuff. I don't have like the keto strips or whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's been cool trying to have more protein, a lot less sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Because what was it? I had that cinnamon coffee cake the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I had three. Um, Kate came in and I was asleep on the couch, and she looks over and there's this pack of cinnamon coffee cakes that had 8 in them, and there was 5 left, and she's like, doing the math. Yeah, that's definitely what sent him there. So I've been cutting back on sugar big time and doing really well with it, but had a cheat day the other day and paid for it. And then just any kind of high amounts of sugar that I have now, it slows me down right in my tracks.
It's like a time bomb. You can set like a 15-minute timer and he'll be down.
But didn't it do it to you
Just
too? Didn't you have
down.
one cake and then you were tired?
No.
No?
No.
Oh. I thought you said oh, I remember, weren't you speculating that like maybe yeah.
I think what got me to eat one is I was like, maybe it'll work like a sleeping pill.
Yeah. She was gonna NyQuil herself with a cinnamon coffee cake. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
Didn't even work.
Didn't work?
No, I didn't sleep well.
Yeah, Kate doesn't nap. I can take naps, and I've been sleeping well generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's besides the rain, it's generally the same temperature every day and night here in LA. So I mean, I've been just getting accustomed to it, figuring it out. I mean, we have a new bed. We have a new king bed. So between that and then we have this like little gel memory foam pad. So between all that, it works out real nice.
You really gotta like push to get up.
Oh my gosh. Like
whereas you just like you're laying there like sunk into
I pulled
how many inches of foam.
I pulled a muscle in my lower back like the second night we got that thing because I got up too quickly. It was like my arm didn't want to go with me. So
yeah, the downside is it's too tall for Shadow. So I mean, he can jump up, but he shouldn't. So we pick him up and put him down when we want him up there, which is every morning.
we give him the conveyor belt. Yeah, it's pretty much every morning. We love waking up and having Shadow in the bed.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
fun.
like, you want to go on a ski lift?
Right. That's
gondola ride.
Right, gondola ride. Yeah, but he loves it, and it's it's just really nice being able to like still function with most of the things we do day to day.
Yeah,
even though we have this safer at home thing going on.
It's a working staycation, aka safer at home.
Yeah, because I mean, I day trade, so like I'm trading anyway, and then I can produce a track on the same machines that I trade on. So that's one benefit of that. And then, got the Z-Cam recently, which is great. Shout out to Z-Cam. Love everything that I've seen that it produces and that other people are producing. So we're just really excited to use it and do more with it. And, we have the other cameras too. So there's just like lots to be done coming up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like there's so much time, I'm just gonna be bored. It's like, I don't think we could be bored if we
No.
tried. Because it's like worst comes to worst, what we could play Sequence.
Right.
Kate showed me how to play this game called Sequence. It's really fun.
It's a board game, yeah.
It's a board game. So those of you that know about
Shout
Sequence
out
out there,
for showing me Sequence.
oh, there you go. Yeah, shout out to Destiny. Thanks for showing Kate. But yeah, I don't think we could really get bored here if we tried. And as you can see, our little background is the green curtains that we have set up. We're pretty stoked on those. Because just to give you a little fact, behind the scenes is actually a little village.
I mean, enough stuff to build one.
Yeah, for real. But no, we got a washer and dryer and some other stuff back there. I just
right.
Yeah, Kate didn't know what I was gonna say. But yeah, that's a big bonus though. We didn't have a washer dryer in our old place, and
didn't have a lot of things.
I don't think it would have fit. We had a lot smaller of a place, so just to put it simply. But I mean, that's what you get in San Francisco, I mean, I think anybody will tell you your money goes a lot longer in pretty much any other city than San Francisco. And
had we stayed, we'd be in shelter in place.
Boy, are we glad we are not in San Francisco right now with all this shit going on. I just can't even imagine. I really can't. I mean, that city, everybody's on top of each other.
Yeah.
Whereas like pretty much since we've moved here to Los Angeles, like we do our thing, and so does everybody else. It's like what I noticed about just the way at least the houses are situated, in our block is like everybody has their own space. And I really like that, whereas like I saw a little too much of my neighbors in San Francisco, just to put it simply,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you just need a little bit of variety, a change eventually in life, and I did that old place in San Francisco about I think 9 or 10 years just myself, and you were there for almost 3 years of it, and it's just we outgrew it. Yep. I think is what we ended up determining. But this place has been badass so far, and we hung some art today.
Yep,
that was cool.
And you hung your guitars.
Oh yeah, I hung my guitars.
Ryan's a musician.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've brought that up yet.
I am a musician. I play guitar, sing, play drums, write songs, produce tracks. I can perform live. I can DJ. To a certain extent. Like I can't like ones and twos and scratch and stuff, but I can use like MIDI controllers and whatnot and mix. So yeah, I love music. Music, is a huge part of my life. So really proud to be a musician. And if you subscribe to our Patreon, or really if you just go to our website machineandemotion.io, you can check out some of my music there. And if you subscribe to our Patreon, no doubt you'll be getting some exclusive tracks and some unreleased stuff. And a lot of the times when I'm working on a track, I'll have like different versions of it. So I was toying around with with the Patreon,
like the work in progress versions.
Yeah, because also, I mean, one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and again, we appreciate you guys tuning in to our pod, the M&E pod. But once you guys check out like our other stuff that we're doing, like Kate has a lot of stuff she wants to do with like thrifting, and with I'll let you go into what you want to do, but once we start putting out all this other stuff, it's going to be really cool to get direct feedback from people that appreciate what we're doing, and with the ideas that they have for us. Because it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, I grew up watching TV, movies, and stuff like that, but like I never got to give direct feedback. But I remember putting in so many hours watching things, and I would have ideas about like, oh, if I was the producer, I'd do it this way. And it's like, now you can totally say that, like whether it be in the comments or like through our Patreon, like if we have some kind of a form, I'm sure we can come up with like a Google Doc or whatnot. And I mean, imagine if we have our 5 to 10 like most loyal supportive patrons giving us direct feedback. It's almost like having co-producers on the show. And I mean, of course, you know, we don't have to listen to it. We don't have to take it and apply it because, you know, uh, at the end of the day, this is our thing. And you know we're doing this because we can do it, but it is great that at the end of the day we might not think of certain things that when they suggested to it, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's incredible.
Well, that's the beauty of collaboration. You know, we
Right.
can't all be everywhere.
Well, exactly. But I mean, Rogan was talking. Joe Rogan was talking the other day about how, you know, once like producers and television networks and like those kind of people, like Suits, as he referred to them, once they get involved, like things get messed up. And I think that's one cool thing about Patreon is that they're not like executives. You know, it's just these are people like me and you. You know, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, they might just see something or think of something that we haven't because, you know, we're all different people. So yeah, I had some can of butter earlier. So full disclosure, I mean, it's homemade too. It's farm to table, so it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it is farm to table because actually I got the keef directly from the guy that grew it, so it literally is farm to table. Yeah. But yeah. So being Thursday night, trash is going to be picked up tomorrow morning. And I'm excited because I will get
Ever
to jam.
since the one time we got missed, though, I'm like, are they gonna take it?
Well, that, and then we still haven't been able to catch up and get rid of all of the
Yeah.
boxes and everything else. So
Yeah.
the reason I'm bringing it up is because that I'm excited to jam this blue bin full of cardboard and other crap again.
Yeah.
Is this? I mean, it's crazy. Our trash was even light this week, but
Yeah.
our recycle just like full
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
Because I mean that move, we had a lot
Between
of
boxes and ordering things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, you know, we ordered some stuff recently just to make sure that we have like nuts and like basic stuff
Yeah.
recently, and you know, I feel better after having that
Yeah.
because it's like if we have to live like squirrels for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should make a little list of the types of things we shop for, just because it might be like helpful for people in this time to be like, oh, do I have those things?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's like, I think like when I would look on Pinterest, like when we were going to the store, like, oh, it's kind of standard what you see posted. You see like a lot of the like mass couponers who like stocked up on all this stuff. So then that's what they recommend. But at the same time, it's like, if you want to stock up on things that you should be eating for your health, that are also have a long shelf life, then I have a list of items.
Nice. That sounded really enthusiastic, I think.
Yeah, well.
I have a list of items.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but,
it's not going to be a prepared meal, so I don't want to oversell it.
Yeah, you know, speaking of food though, I've been enjoying those little 2 packs of hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, good.
Those
Yeah.
have been good because I toss a little honey mustard on it, and
Mhm.
each spot that I want to eat, I just put a little dollop of honey mustard on, and then I eat that, and then
Yeah.
and then just keep eating it. So
Yeah, those are good.
so that's one thing that I would suggest. That you know, I won't have a list. Kate will have her own list, but if I had to make one little quick recommendation, hard-boiled eggs,
Mhm.
real dope, and they're filling and
Mhm.
apparently healthy
Yeah.
and easy to prepare. I mean, I hesitate to even say prepare because there's no real preparing. The only
Well,
thing,
not in those,
the only
but
thing, yeah,
yeah.
because it's like the Kirkland kind or whatever from
Yeah.
Costco. The only thing, be careful because I didn't know. Excuse me. When you eat it and it's done, make sure that you keep the pack upright because I was like walking with it all free will, and the water spilled like
Yeah.
egg water
I'm
or
sure.
something.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had to get that up real quick because I was worried that Char was going to start licking it up because our dog Charlie is just he's a little white mop.
Yeah.
He'll just lick up anything and eat up anything that's on the
Polar
ground.
opposite of Shadow.
Yeah,
Shadow,
whereas like
you
Shadow doesn't trust you even if you have like his favorite treat in your
Yeah, he
hand.
could give you his paw. You could give him a treat, and he'll still sniff it. Maybe lick it, and then drop it on the floor. And
He'll like
investigate
soft
it.
mouth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
He
come
like-
on, man.
He like just keeps his lips tight
Yeah.
enough on it so he brings it across the room and like yeah.
leaves it.
Yeah, he did that with his food for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, what are you doing?
yeah, bringing his lunch.
Yeah.
Our dogs are crazy.
Yeah.
We call them cruisu moons.
Yeah.
Crazy moons.
Mm-hmm.
But in their own little language.
By the way, they're sleeping now. They're like these two.
Yeah, they're completely out. It's
Yeah.
apparently the M&E pod is not a pod for dogs.
Yeah. They're like, are they gonna carry us in tonight?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or are we gonna have to walk ourselves?
They might just have a sleepover out here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't last.
That pizza was good earlier.
Yeah, Aldi's.
Yeah,
I'm gonna reach out to you for a
to
sponsorship.
Aldi's.
I think it makes sense at this point.
It definitely makes sense.
I could do a whole like meal plan of
Yeah.
all these stuff for at least like a few days. Let me not over.
And then yogurt bowls.
Yeah.
And smoothies.
I'll do a video of yogurt bowls, smoothies. Yeah.
Smoothies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll film it with the Z-Cam.
Yep.
And the Ronin SC.
Mm-hmm.
Woot woot.
Yep.
Yeah. We're looking forward to making a lot of stuff.
sandwiches with the naan, the garlic naan. That'd be a good one too.
And brie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been getting
breakfast tomorrow.
Been getting into breakfast sandwiches with the brie.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really had a ton of cheese in my life, so it's been nice to like experiment a little bit. And then
Havarti
we had the Havarti with the burgers.
Yep.
So it's been really good. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little different than the American that I grew up on. You know, I used to just have like the Kraft singles or whatever. That was it. And like maybe like mozzarella cheese, you know, for like tacos and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. And of course, fast food cheese. I always got cheese. If I went to like a fast food place like Burger King or whatever, they'd be like, "Do you want cheese?" I'd be like, "Mm-hmm."
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Growing boy, you know, turned into a tall man. Big ham.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me see how long we got on this pod. Episode 2.
Safer at home.
Safer at home. We are almost about 40 minutes or so. How do you feel?
Tired, but good.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired too.
Yeah.
Do you want to call it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this has been episode 2, Safer at Home of the M&E pod,
Yeah.
the Machine and Emotion podcast. Thanks for joining us. My name's Ryan.
And Kate.
And
nice to have you.
See you next time. Yeah, nice to have you. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.